And good evening from high above center ice at Rexall Place at Edmonton as a new season begins with the Battle of Alberta on NHL Face-Off 2010. Miikka Kiprusoff looks to be already in mid-season form after stopping all 27 shots in a 1-0 shutout of Edmonton last Sunday to conclude the preseason. And he was the best player most nights 1 year ago. Nick Happy Bluin played only 18 games last year when a back injury ended his season with surgery. He spent the summer in rehab. He's back and he's good to go. The referees tonight, Kelly Sutherland and Ian Walsh, and on the lines, Mike Civic and Darren Gibbs. It's the new wave Oilers versus the old guard Flames. The Flames, though, coming off a terrific preseason, 7-0, their only and first unbeaten preseason in their history against an Edmonton team that has looked exciting. The youngsters that Scott mentioned off the top have been creative. And there's Taylor Hall, the #1 pick overall in the draft this year, only the second Oiler ever to wear #4, as GM Kevin Lowe gave him his blessing earlier this year. And we're ready to go in the Battle of Alberta. And the Flames are sweeping both games against the Oilers, 5-1 and 1-0 in the preseason. And for the first time in the history of the Battle of Alberta last year, sweeping all 6 games. So 8-0 going in tonight, as Gagne flips it to Hemsky, back after missing 10 months rehabbing that shoulder that he needed surgery on. Along the boards, Penner battling. Hemsky squirts it free. Penner on the backhand, now to the forehand. A low shot pad save by Kiprusoff. Robin Regeer, the veteran, head manning the puck. Olli Jokinen on the rebound this year. Can he find his game? Brought back to Calgary after being dispatched at the trade deadline in March.
And it's going to take some time for him to find some chemistry, but he has a second opportunity here with the Flames. He's a shoot-first guy. He was deferring to Jerome McGinley a lot of times last year. He's going to have to take more shots this year if he wants to have a better season. And the Oilers jumped out using that youthful enthusiasm that we talked about off the top with an excellent forecheck here, creating this opportunity. Dustin Penner plays real well with guys to his back. Takes this opportunity, leaves Kiprusoff equal to the task.
Penner coming off a career year, the leading scorer for the Oilers 1 year ago. How might he fare with a healthy Hemsky this year?
Look for him to score between 35 and 40 goals. He admitted that himself.
Curtis Foster, the new defender for the Oilers, whipping it down deep as Kiprusoff plays it to Mark Giordano. Quickly head manning the pass off the stick of Brendan Morrison, just 3 days removed from being released by the Vancouver Canucks in a lucky turn of events for the Flames, who have been decimated by injuries up front on the forward line. Loose puck inside the zone. Tom Gilbert ahead to Hall. Hall playing it back for Eberly, too far for him. Now Ladislav Schmid regrouping with Tom Gilbert. Some of the defensemen that are going to have to take more responsibility this year with that new complexion on the Oiler defense. Andrew Cogliano chipping it in the zone, too far for Brule, who is held up by Bouwmeester. Coming out of the zone now, Adam Party chipping it just past PRV to Jackman. Dropping it now. Backlund, a quick shot. Big rebound. Another chance for Backlund. The net knocked off its mooring on a big fat rebound from Happy Bluin. But the Oilers are saved there by the net coming off.
Big save by Nikolai Happy Bluin. But tonight's all about the kids. It's a celebration of youth here for the Edmonton Oilers. There you see Taylor Hall, back-to-back Memorial Cup MVP, the only one in the history, rich history of the CHL with the Windsor Spitfires. Bob Buchner said that this kid brings his lunch pill to work every day. He loves coming to the rink. He works extremely hard.
I thought in the room this morning he looked pretty relaxed. So did PRV. I thought Eberly was perhaps the most nervous of the 3 kids.
That's an accurate assessment, Mark. You're bang on with that. I noticed that as well.
The face-off coming back deep into the zone. Here's another young rookie, TJ Brody, who just jumped off the ice in preseason for Calgary with 4 goals, some blocked shots, some terrific moves, and some savvy beyond his years. Happy Bluin has to come out to play it. Along the boards, it gets by Backlund. It's kept in by Brody at the blue line. Now hauled out by the journeyman, Jim Vandermeer. Vandermeer still with the puck, takes a shot from behind, having trouble getting it across the line. He's caught up ice. Jackman going to the net with Glencross. Glencross shot steered aside by Happy Bluin. Big Tim Jackman now centering attempt for Backlund. It goes to Glencross on the backhand, off an Oilers stick and over the end glass.
A lot of excitement about this young man here in Edmonton, Magnus PRV. He's been playing against men since he was 16 years of age. in the Swedish Elite League. Here, look at their preseason numbers, and each of them fared very well. PRB, tons of experience playing against pros. Mark, we talked about it. Jordon Eberly has tons of opportunities to play against professionals before stepping up to the NHL level.
Off the draw, Colin Fraser gets it to the boards. Jones whipping it around. Pitching is Giordano, gets it deep to Stefan Mayer. Mayer battling from behind with Colin Fraser. Loose puck now, steered behind the Oiler net again. Big Steve McIntyre is on the ice for his first shift. So is Radis Ivanans, the enforcer for Calgary. It's McIntyre from Brock, Saskatchewan, chipping it softly into the corner. Giordano pestered by Fraser. It comes free to McIntyre, and his centering pass is picked off by Meyer. Around the boards it goes. Giordano, the undrafted veteran who has made his mark with Calgary, ahead, and is chipped into the zone by Brett Sutter, who was waived and then recalled before he had a chance to get to Abbotsford and inserted into the lineup here today. Up ice, Sam Gagner steaming with the puck. He's got Hemsky poised. Hemsky can't find the puck. Now he does. Back to the point. Gilbert a shot. A big rebound. Quickly cleared away and back to center ice as Ian White got that one away from the goal mouth. Off the skates of Dustin Penner. Swooping back behind. He'll leave it behind the net for Schmid. Ladislav Schmid, the former first-round pick in Anaheim. Up the boards. Cleared up the ice by Gilbert. Clogged at the Calgary line and picked up by Olli Jokinen. Jokinen, a bounce pass around the boards. Too far for Regier. He can't catch it. Now Iginla has it along the boards. Checked by Hall. Iginla gets the pass. Here comes Hall on the back check. Ahead to Ian White. Back to Iginla. Dropping it now. Jokinen, a high shot, gloved and steered away by Theo Peckham, and up the boards, bouncing off the stick of Hall. Back they come again. Calgary getting a change with the puck deep inside the Oilers zone.
And this is what the Calgary wants to do. They want to force the Oilers to play in their zone, generate some opportunities off the rush and also some off the cycle, because Calgary's a young, inexperienced team.
Here's a loose puck for Taylor Hall, going around Bouwmeester, and paddled down. Kiprusoff makes the save. A loose puck now. Peckham firing it wide with Kiprusoff down. Eberly along the boards. Checked by Giordano. He headmans the puck to Rene Bourque, and Theo Peckham had him lined up. Got a high elbow on the play. In behind the boards, in behind the net. Hall chips it past Hagman. Now Eberly, a long saucer pass, doesn't get to Vandermeer, who jumped the rush there. Across the line, Bourque offside at the Oiler line, but Edmonton taking some chances. The defenders jumping into the rush here early.
And this is what you expect from this young team. Here's Hall using his speed, taking shot on Bouwmeester. Bouwmeester is one of the fastest, most gifted skaters you're going to find in this league. And here's a second opportunity by Theo Peckham. And watch this hit here. Just steps right into him. And Rene Bourque got his shoulder up. Peckham taking the worst of that exchange.
Theo Peckham getting his first start directly out of training camp for the Oilers here tonight on that third pairing. Michael Backlund will be tossed from the circle. The Flames, of course, without Damon Lanko, without Matt Stajan, David Moss, who is being converted to a center, all injured this year, along with Alesh Kotelik, who was having a great preseason. He's on the long-term injured list and won't be eligible for 10 games to come back. Now Glenn Cross, checked by Brule. Backlund throwing it back in the corner. Glenn Cross off the skate there, couldn't center it. Foster shadowing him.
Current time 0 hours 8 minutes.
Whitney now, head-manning the puck up ice. The Oilers coming. PRV on the left side with Brule. PRV still with the puck to Brule. In front for Cogliano, and he can't find the handle. Back in transition now. Stefan Meyer chipping it in behind the Oiler defenders. Abby Boulin keeps the puck coming. Curtis Foster back for Schmid. Schmid too high for PRV. But it finds the stick of Ryan Jones. Jones on the left side, a long shot off the pad of Kiprusoff, and it's steered behind the net by Giordano. On the left side, Ivanans run and knocked down by McIntyre as the two heavyweights come toe-to-toe. Now they're having words in behind the play as the puck comes to center ice. McIntyre staring them down. Now we've got a fight on the far side. It's Ryan Jones and Stefan Meyer, and the two middleweights are throwing jackhammers, and they collapse in a heap as everybody stands at Rexall Place.
And you don't expect anything different here in the Battle of Alberta. Those two teams have a long history of playing against each other. Both want to set the tempo for the season. And originally, Mark, we thought it was going to be the two heavyweights with Ivanans and McIntyre. But to your point, the welterweights getting involved.
Well, the heavyweights gave themselves the hairy eyeballs after this big hit by McIntyre, flooring Ivanov.
They sure did, and everybody thought that these two guys were going to go. They were eyeballing each other, but their hits set off another fire down in the corner along the wall. And you saw that Jones and Meyer willingly engage each other. And here's a look at Magnus PRV. Just take a look at him dancing the defenseman, taking the puck strong to the middle of the ice. Tendency for a lot of young players is to peel off to the outside, Mark, but both PRV and Hall have been challenging the defense.
They have not looked that nervous in the early going. PRV and Hall with some chances early on. Stephen Meyer, the young man from Fox Valley, Saskatchewan, a career minor leaguer, trying to prove his worth, his toughness to Brett Sutter in that scrap with Ryan Jones, who beat out Liam Reddick's that fourth line spot simply because he's more physical.
And the good thing about that is both guys want to bring the physical element to their respective teams. Great choice for them to go in that circumstance, generate more momentum.
Penner beats Iginla on the draw. Schmid feeding it back to Gagne. Down low for Penner, off his stick to the side of the goal. And then Kiprusoff had to steer it clear. Iginla at center ice. Back to Alex Tanguay. Iginla shot and a pad save by Habibul and steering it to the far boards. Alex Kodalik couldn't gather the puck up, and now Calgary back in transition. Alex Tanguay looking wide for Ian White, jumping in deep. He puts it off the side of the Oiler goal. Hemsky gets around Tanguay. Hemsky, a head-manning pass. Penner in behind White. Penner in, stick handling. No! The net off its moorings. The official waves it off. Penner driving to the goal. Takes Kiprusoff and the net with him.
And Penner taking exception to this call, but I think this is a good call by the official. We'll take it all the way back. Here's Ales Hemsky. This is what he does well. Come deep into his own zone, support that play, and put that seam pass right up the middle. And Penner made a strong move to his backhand. Kiprusoff equal to the task, but the officials were right in place, Mark.
Hemsky getting an explanation. Penner not happy with the call. Against the Oilers, 5-1 and 1-0. With a good pace and a bit of a controversial call, Kevin, here right here with Dustin Penner driving to Kiprusoff to the net, and the goal was disallowed because of goaltender interference. Have a look at it.
And we see it here all the way through. Nice seam pass by Ales Hemsky to catch the defender flat-footed. Penner puts White on his back, and this puck from the overhead angle looks as though it's in. You'll see this puck right underneath Kiprusoff's pad, and Ian White pushes this net off with his momentum.
Ian Walsh waving it off. He waited for a pregnant pause, then made the call. So no goal on that goal line drive by Penner. Rene Bourque at center. Knocked away from the puck by Peckham. Inside the line is Jordon Eberly. Eberly still with the puck. A backhand pass. Here's Vandermeer down low, and a great chance there by Taylor Hall as the kids work some magic early again.
And the kids aren't backing down. They're using their speed, their youthful enthusiasm. This is their first game, and looks as though there's a penalty.
They've drawn a penalty.
Assessed here to Adam Party.
It's a tripping call to Adam Party, and so the Oilers will go on the power play first tonight.
Again, nice entry and big work along the wall by Jordon Eberly, playing strong among the big men. Going to the center of the ice, Mika Kiprusoff had to make a big save.
Hemsky on the puck for Edmonton. Back to the point. Foster to Whitney. Whitney winds, fires into traffic and hits somebody in front. Penner on the rebound. He gets it back to the point. Whitney again towards the goal. A big rebound. Hemsky pounces on it, looking for Penner in front. It's loose and smothered by Kiprusoff.
Mika Kiprusoff had a 9.24 save percentage last season, carried this team on his back, really gave them every opportunity. It was a sensational season, Mark, when you consider the fact that they didn't make the playoffs.
Curtis Foster playing the right point on this power play for the Oilers, coming off a career year in Tampa Bay where he really stirred the drink on the power play.
He sure did. And you asked the likes of Steven Stamkos and Martin St. Louis down low, how many opportunities his booming shot created for those guys.
So will Foster's booming shot replace the big shot of Sheldon Souray, now living in Hershey in the American League? Off the boards, past Hemsky, chipping at it is Tanguay, and overstepping it is Foster. Here's Michael Backlund all by himself. A wrist shot and a blocker save by Javi Bulin. Hemsky leading the rush. Up the right side. Chipping it ahead is Gagne to Hall. Hall in the corner. Ian White takes him off the puck. Flipped down the ice by Jackman. And Javi Bulin will have to wait. On the forecheck, Brett Sutter, the son of general manager Daryl Sutter, getting the start tonight on the fourth line and getting some penalty kill action. Up the left wing is a streaking new captain of the Oilers, Horcoff. Sean Horcoff trying to find Eberly in front. He's tied up by Giordano. Loose puck though, waiting for Eberly. He gets it back to Whitney at the point. Whitney leaving it for Jordon Eberly. Eberly down low over the stick of Horcoff. Horcoff throwing it around the boards again. Eberly back to Whitney. Whitney now rink wide. Hall towards the goal across the goalmouth to Eberly. Eberly now at the circle, leaving it for Horcoff. Sean Horcoff to the point of one-timer by Whitney into the trapper save of Mika Kiprasov. Well, Sunday night, it's Battle of the Blades. The 7 remaining pairs show off their skills in this special 90-minute live performance show. That's Sunday night at 8 on CBC. 23 seconds to go, and the penalty to Adam Party. Brule wins the draw back to Gilbert. Gilbert holding onto the puck to the half wall now. Andrew Cogliano cycling with PRV. PRV back to Cogliano off a skate, and it's cleared high over the glass. And this is going to be a penalty. Bouwmeester, delay of game as he sent it out over the glass from his own end.
And there's no question about this one. The refs are right in position. Cleared the glass by about 1.5 feet at least.
So a face-off in the Calgary zone with a 5-on-3 situation for 9 seconds.
This is what pressure does. Pressure forces you to do things. Jay Bouwmeester trying his hardest to get that off the glass and simply puts it up 1.5 feet too high.
Regier shovels it to the near side. Whitney waiting for it. Whitney down low. Right in, firing it. It's blocked on the first attempt. Giordano getting in front of that one for Calgary. Whitney again to the circle. Brule a shot, he scores! Edmontonian Gilbert Brule makes swift work of the Oiler power play. It's 1-0 Edmonton.
This is exactly what you want to do if you're the Edmonton Oilers. Make quick work and take advantage. Back up to Ryan Whitney. He recognizes that, sells that defender, and a quick shot by Brule right through the wickets of Giordano. And I'm not sure if Mika Kiprasov wasn't screened on this when he ends up getting a piece of it. But this second power play unit for the Oilers using the half wall a little bit more than the first group. The first group opting to go to the point. But this is the right play here by Brule. Get pucks on net. Use the defender as a screen. Oilers up 1-0.
Brule, the former Columbus Blue Jacket first rounder in 2005, rekindling his career at home here in Edmonton. And he's got his first of the brand new season. There's a pass in front for Iginla. Jerome Iginla holding onto the puck, looking for Tanguay. In behind the net now, Sam Gagner turns it over. Ole Jokinen, quick pass to Iginla. He cuts to the front of the net, in front for Tanguay, and he's checked with a paddle of Javi Bulin on the play. Back up ice, stretch pass to Penner in his skates. He's tied up by Party, 2 big men going toe-to-toe there. And now Tanguay looking to rebound as well this year. Ahead to Iginla. Now jumping is Bouwmeester, a shot off a stick and just wide of the Edmonton goal. Hustling up ice. Alash Hemsky with Taylor Hall on the left wing. Going to the net is Horcoff. Hemsky's pass doesn't get through, but Hall scoops it up. Back to the point. Gilbert a shot. Tipped in front. Quickly cleared. It's loose again. And Hall just with a great chance off a Calgary stick. And it glanced wide. Bouwmeester, a long stretch pass. Hagman. Stick check by Gilbert on the play. Up the boards, and Rene Bourque takes a run at the youngster Eberly. He's still in the play, though, with Horcoff. Eberly on the puck, shoots, big save, cutting the angle, open net for Horcoff. He can't find the puck. Kiprasov way out to make the save, and another penalty coming here to Calgary. Oilers on the power play when we come back. behind just this week with Calgary in the penalty box for hooking, and Hall again dangling.
And this all comes off the first unit using the points. The original shot by Gilbert. Hall going to the middle of the ice, and he's competing for space out there as well. And here's the hook. You see Brendan Morrison getting that stick in there on Horcoff.
It was Jokinen who got his stick on that shot by Hall to get it wide of the net, where he was sitting in point-blank range in front of Kiprusoff. So the Oilers back on the power play with Morrison off for hooking. Edmonton 1 for 2 tonight on the Brule goal. Whitney holding the puck, now leaving it for Foster. Chip back by Cogliano. Foster. Cogliano to the half wall. Pajärvi sitting at the face-off circle. Cogliano having problems with the puck, and he turns it over, and it's chipped to center ice.
One interesting thing with this Oiler pairing here, both have good shots, but they're on their strong side. Look for them to maybe switch over for one time.
Pajärvi, the Swedish rookie, winding up in the zone, and then Jackman stands him up just inside the Calgary line. Whitney now turns away from the Jackman hit, and Edmonton regroups. Calgary with some fresh defense on this penalty kill. Across the line now, Brule chipping it for Cogliano, chasing it. Giordano there first, Hardy overskates it, and Rene Bourque will get it back down the length of the ice.
Much better job by the Flames penalty killers here. More aggressive, more pursuit on the puck carrier, and much better sticks in the lanes.
Hemsky, Penner, and Gagne on the ice now for Edmonton. Up the right side, a little too far for Hemsky, streaking around the net. Penner camped at the side, it gets by him, pinching to Schmid, trying to keep it in. Hardy puts it right onto the stick of Schmid. It comes to Gagne. Gagne leaving it for Penner. At the half wall, it's Hemsky on the left side now to Schmid. Hemsky to the half boards, a bounce pass to Schmid. Gilbert is open on the right point. High at the point is Schmid again. Back to the circle. Hemsky. Penner at the back door. Here's Hemsky again with the puck to the circle. Down low, Gagne walks right in front. A shot into the chest pad of Kiprusoff. He's down, and the Flames clear the puck out.
Terrific goaltending by Mika Kiprusoff. He read that play. Gagne's a right-hand shot on his off wing, and he came out and got square, gave him nothing to shoot at.
Schmid up the right side. Eberly at full tilt inside the zone, turning at the half wall again. Eberly and Hall down along the boards. The penalty is over to Morrison. Just one shot on goal for the Oilers in that third power play. Inside the line, Calgary chips it back to center ice. Theo Peckham, the former Owen Sound Attack Jr., gets it inside the zone, but not deep. Bouwmeester with a smooth move around Adam Hall. Gets it in deep. Vandermeer pressing Hagman along the boards. Hagman, though, still with the puck. Now chipped back to the line. Vandermeer to the line. Gobbled up. Colin Fraser, the former Chicago Blackhawk, going wide on TJ Brodie. Brodie, though, has the angle and takes the puck away. Along the boards, Peckham pinching, keeps them inside the Calgary zone. At the line, a long stick check by Fraser keeps it in, and now it's chipped by Brodie. Iginla trying to get behind Vandermeer. A drop pass to Hagman. Hagman now in the corner, in behind the Oiler net. Edmonton regaining control of the puck up the left wing. Pajärvi steaming along the ice, cut on the back check by Jokinen, who throws the puck the length of the ice. No, wide to Iginla, who was all alone camping at the Edmonton blue line. Whitney, rink wide. Pajärvi gathers the puck up, gets it inside the Calgary zone. Giordano to Bouwmeester. The smooth skating defender up the left wing again, in behind Iginla. And Pajärvi sidesteps a check by Tanguay and gets the puck deep. Bouwmeester again. Ahead to Tim Jackman. Jackman tied up by Whitney along the board. Still has the puck for Calgary. Now it's chipped back up. Sam Gagner with a burst of speed to center. Says he's worked hard all summer to get quicker, showing some of that fleet-footedness there. Now to Hemsky, a drag move. He undresses Jackman, and a shot right on. Kiprusoff to the save again. In transition now, Morrison steaming up the ice. He's got Tanguay. The pass, though, goes all the way across to Penner, and he sends it ahead to Hemsky. Hemsky now leaves it for Penner. Penner's shot glancing off the stick of Colin White. Gilbert into the corner. It rolls in behind the Calgary net, and Robin Regehr is there to play it up the boards. It gets by Schmid and trickles inside the Edmonton zone.
Oilers are generating tons of chances by the good work they're doing in the neutral zone. No space and no opportunity for the Flames to make any type of plays.
Oilers out-shooting Calgary 14-6 so far in this first period. Here's a loose puck. Macklin can't reach it. Vandermeer off the glass and out. Steaming to get it is Cogliano. He had a step on Brody, but Brody played the man wonderfully there to take him off the puck. And Calgary will throw it down the ice again. Peckham back to get it. It's icing, the call against the Flames.
That's big-time defending by T.J. Brody. He's an offensive defenseman, and he does an excellent job defending there. And Ales Hemsky, healthy, rejuvenated, rehabilitated. Just a nice play by Gagne. Give and go. Oldest play in the book. Hemsky walking both players creates a great opportunity. And Mika Kiprusoff again coming up with a big save, Mark.
And that's the operative word here, create. The Oilers are creating chances here, and Calgary is throwing the puck back down the ice. And we expect to see a much more offensive attack from Brent Sutter's Flames this year. We talked about that today, saying he has lengthened the leash on his forwards to make things happen. There's Bourque, can't get his shot on goal. Foster around the boards. Jones gets it out, takes a hit from Ivanins, and the puck goes down the ice. The two big men are back on. McIntyre can't reach Party on the forecheck. Party flips it high and into the bench, and now Fraser mixing it up with Morrison, and he gets some support as Ivanins comes in to help break it up along with Brett Sutter and Party. Well, a game of hockey doesn't come much tougher than the Battle of Alberta, and the boards are thundering early here in the first period.
Coming into camp this year, but turned the most heads was Magnus Pajärvi. His 3 seasons in the Swedish Elite League made him look like the rookie best prepared for the NHL, and a hat trick and 4 points in a preseason game against Tampa underlined that. He took a few minutes, though, to figure out why fans were throwing hats on the ice. He'd never seen that before. He used to be known as Pajärvi Svensson, but decided to go with just Pajärvi, his mother's name, because Pajärvi Svensson, he says, it's impossible to fit on the back of a sweater. Mark?
And that hat trick he scored against Tampa, even strength, power play, and shorthanded. And we have a penalty here. Adam Party, we wondered about this during the break, Kevin. He flipped the puck out and over the glass. And in fact, after a conference at center ice, the officials have given the Flames another delay of game penalty. So this is the 4th power play of the first period for the Oilers. 1 and 3 on the power play on the Brule goal. Whitney to the net. Big rebound. Eberly overskates it. And to center comes Glencross. Alex Tanguay. Glencross. Saucer pass. Tanguay hits the goalpost on a backhand one-timer. Back up ice. Hall through his skates past Bomeister. And Kiprusoff steers it to Regeer. Regeer off the glass and careens to center ice. And Tanguay there with a close shorthander. Another saucer pass. Just a little too far this time for Sean Horkoff. Playing it in behind the net. Eberly gets it away from Regeer to Hall. A saucer pass by him back to the point. Foster, rink wide to Whitney. Back to Curtis Foster with that big shot. He fakes the shot, goes to Hall. Hall, a quick shot. And a trapper save by Kiprusoff.
Alex Tanguay showing a burst that we hadn't seen from him in the last 3 years on this opportunity. Nice crisscross with him and Curtis Glencross, confusing the defenseman. When you can cross at the line like this, it always confuses defensemen. 9 out of 10 times, they generate a golden opportunity and just gets the post.
Tanguay at a crossroads in his career, coming off a career low, 10 goals and 37 points last season with Tampa Bay. Great chance there. He's had a terrific preseason. Now Gagne tries to come in front. It's knocked off his stick. Penner into the corner. Hemsky to the point. Gilbert back to Hemsky. Around Backlund, dangling it to Gilbert. A big blast deflected high over top of the Calgary net. Schmid in deep in the corner for Gagne now at the circle. Gagne. Penner leaves it. Hemsky fires. No rebound as the shot is soaked up by Kiprusoff.
The Oilers showing a lot of different wrinkles on their power play, forcing the Flames to have to adjust, using the points, using the seam play, some chances down low from the likes of Gagne and some others, throwing a lot of different looks at this Flames penalty kill.
Pajärvi, Brule wins the drop. Cogliano on the right wing on the second power play unit for Edmonton. Foster, a long pass to his partner Whitney. Up ice, Pajärvi with some jump in front of Regeer, dropping it now, and Cogliano's snapshot is gobbled up again by Kiprusoff. Lots of speed on the ice from these youngsters. Cogliano, one of the fastest men in the league. He too, on a rebound, got a 1-year, $1 million contract this year in Edmonton, and trying to regain his game, which has slowly declined from his rookie year. Again, Brule wins the draw. Foster leaving it now. Cogliano, Foster's shot, great deflection and a block there, as Glenn Cross and Meyer paid a big price to get in front of that shot for Calgary.
Getting in the coach's good books too, trying to block Curtis Foster's shot. 2 guys at that.
Stick check by Bourque, takes a check from Foster and flips it back in the Oilers' zone. Just a few seconds left in the penalty to Party as he steps back on the ice, and the Flames kill off their 3rd kill, allowing 4 shots. Big check by Giordano blows Cogliano off the puck in his own zone. Jokinen steaming to center. Cogliano shadowing him. Khabibulin keeps it coming. Schmid tied up on the back check by Jokinen, gets it ahead to Brule, who's at the end of his shift, and just chips it in the Calgary end.
No question the fact that the Flames haven't played well, but Mika Kiprusoff has given them a chance. They've been outshot 18-7 so far.
Brody
only down 1.
To Iginla. Iginla's shot glancing off the stick of Peckham. Knocking it out of the air was Jokinen there, and a shot that nearly got by Khabibulin. Horkoff on a 3-on-2 with Hall. Hall looking deep, and a chance for Eberly. Stopped by Kiprusoff. Again, the youngsters creating all kinds of chances. Now Iginla waiting for help. Looking for Tanguay. Knocked off his stick by Horkoff. Ahead for Hall, a 2-on-1 with Eberly. Hall, Eberly, oh, and he just fanned on the return pass. Back up ice in transition now. Brendan Morrison, a shot glancing off the stick of Khabibulin to the glass. And a penalty coming. It looks like Taylor Hall is being signaled and escorted to the penalty box.
Coming off the heels of a great opportunity, and he reaches with his stick and basically uses as a lasso. But on this play, nice opportunity here, a little softer pass to try to get over the shin pads of Brody. Eberly just missed that.
All rookies on that 2-on-1. Brody facing down Eberly and Hall, and Eberly having the puck just get over his stick as he fanned on it. So Hall in the box for slashing. Calgary goes on the power play for the first time tonight. At the point, Giordano going wide. Bouwmeester in front. Tanguay in the crease. Knocked away by Whitney. And the Oilers get it down the ice. Final minute of play here in the opening period. Calgary on their heels for the most part in this opening period, trying to get something going here in the power play. Here's Giordano in deep. Outweights Ryan Jones. He's down now in the corner. Giordano back to the point. Bouwmeester. Giordano on the deflection on the slap pass that goes high over the net and glass.
You need effort plays on a penalty kill, and Ryan Jones exhibits 110% effort. You'll see him on the top left of your screen. The play prior to that went down to bought himself some time, and this is a nice little exchange, give and go between Giordano and Bouwmeester. The deflection just going up over the net.
We've seen the Flames put a defenseman right down in front of the net in the preseason on the power play. We've seen Bouwmeester down there, and now Giordano. Jokinen will gain the line, chipping it softly. Peckham is there, takes a shot and goes down from Iginla. Horkoff finds an open wing and sends it down the ice. TJ Brody playing on the second power play unit, the young rookie from Saginaw and Barrie, gets it ahead. Jokinen steadies the puck but can't get a clean shot away. Bouncing in the corner, and now play is whistled down. It looked like it went off a stick and into the netting, and so the face-off will go in the Edmonton zone. It was off an Oilers stick on that late whistle.
It definitely was, and this good position by Mike Civic and the crew. Crucial face-off here in the Oilers zone. Still some time for the Flames to win this draw and get a golden scoring opportunity with 8 seconds.
8.1 seconds to go. Brody on the right point. Ian White in deep on the left point. Iginla facing Horkoff on the draw. Horkoff wins it easily, and they'll redo that one.
Mike Civic, veteran linesman, been around a long time. He knows that that one wasn't a clean one, so he'll set them up again.
Horkoff, Edmonton's best face-off man. Iginla, a winger, but he had that bad shoulder a year ago, which really compromised his ability in the circle. both of these teams down at the bottom of the heap in terms of faceoffs. Ian Walsh back talking to the timer. It looks like they're going to put some time back on the clock. There's 6.8 seconds there right now. 8.1 was the time showing before that faceoff that was whistled down. So be a slight delay here. Now they've got 8.1 seconds back on the clock. And Calgary with a chance for a face-off and a scoring opportunity here to close the period.
And Mark, you talked about face-offs being so key for Calgary. David Moss out of the lineup, who Brent Sutter said was his best face-off man. Matt Stajan out of the lineup, who was also good on draws, forcing Jarome Iginla to take a few more than he normally would.
So Iginla, the winger, against the centerman Horcoff. Horcoff gets the draw, but Bourque pounces on it, gets it right in front. Here's Brodie with a blast, and a block by Peckham as Horcoff sends it down the ice. Calgary with a great flourish at the end. Peckham paying a price, blocking it. It looked like off his butt on the play.
Want to see effort plays from your young players, and Theo Peckham does exactly that. Volunteers his body, gets himself in front of that howitzer by Brodie.
Edmonton out shooting Calgary 19-9 in this opening period. A 1-0 lead on the power play goal by Gilbert Brulé as we rejoin Scott Oak.
Okay, Mark, in his first ever NHL game, Taylor Hall acquitted himself well in the first period at least, and we'll get a word with the Oiler rookie when we come back on Face-Off 2010.
To see this attacking offense that Brent Sutter has fashioned in the preseason when this team went 7-0. Iginla chipping it ahead. Jokinen still looking for his first shot on goal in this game. Back to the point. A spin move by Mark Giordano to the circle. A shot, a blocker save, a loose puck, and just cleared away as Happy Bullen didn't know where it was. Bouwmeester in deep. Jokinen to Alex Tanguay. Here comes Bouwmeester in deep again. In front is Jokinen jamming at it. It comes back to Tanguay. He takes a whack. It's blocked. Theo Peckham gets it ahead, and it's cleared out of the zone. And back on the ice is Taylor Hall. So a brief flourish for the Calgary power play. 2 shots on goal in those 47 seconds. Happy Bullen equal to the task. Loose puck again. Horcoff, wrist shot, and he misses the net with Kiprusoff going the other way. Back up ice. Stopped at center. Eberly banging with Ian White. Now Hall tries to get it back. It goes off his skate there, but back checking Nicholas Hagman. And Schmid puts the body on Bourque as Calgary goes hard to the forecheck to start this second period. From Bouwmeester, a shot blocked by Horcoff. He's wincing in pain. A tip in front by Brendan Morrison doesn't get through. Now Bourque using his muscle on Tom Gilbert, battling in the corner. Morrison bounces it back to Giordano. His shot off the skate of Hall to the far corner. Bourque again knocked off the puck by Schmid. Schmid regains the puck on a pass from Gilbert, and at center ice, Jordon Eberly now ahead to Horcoff. Horcoff looking for Hall. He can't get it in his skate. Still has the puck though. Turning in the corner with it, going wide. Hall fakes the drop pass in front of Bouwmeester, kicks it back to his stick, but the shot goes off the blade of Bouwmeester, who stayed with him step for step on that flashy rookie move.
Showing some confidence. Looks like he's back playing in Windsor in the OHL.
A lot of confidence to play that inside the line. Now Hall chipping it ahead. Cogliano for Brulé. Brulé turning in front of the long reach of Bouwmeester. Gets it free to the boards. Cogliano punching for it. Kicks it ahead onto his own stick off the skate blade of Jackman right to Glencross. Glencross to Backlund. Can't find the bouncing puck, and back to get it is Brulé. Theo Peckham waiting to Brulé. Out of the zone, he's chopped down by Tim Jackman, no call. In transition, Curtis Glencross winds, fires, big fat rebound is cleared out of the zone and back down the ice. TJ Brodie, a bounce pass, broken up on the play by Cogliano, and Edmonton gets it back in the Calgary zone. The rookie Brodie getting the start tonight. Over to Party to center ice, a bouncing puck sent in the zone by Stephen Meyer. In behind the net, Happy Bullen caught. And Whitney had trouble. A whip-around shot by Meyer. Low and glancing off a skate. Brett Sutter to the point. Brodie moves in. Brodie taking measure. On goal. Tipped by Ivanins to the side of the goal. Now Sutter, nice as he check. Pick the puck back to his own, to the far corner. Party pinching. Keeps it in play on the left. Now the bag up there. Battling with Peckham. Getting some help, but squirts it free right onto the stick of Whitney. And a nice headman pass out of the zone to PRV. Chasing it now is Gagne. Back on the play with good speed is Brodie to take him out of the play. Hemsky to the line Foster can't keep it in as he chases the puck back to his own zone. A bounce pass to Ladislav Schmid. Schmid up the boards. Pass to Ginla. Free to Regier though. On the back check, picking up the loose puck is Tanguay. Ahead to Jokinen. Jokinen now picking up speed inside the Oiler line. His pass off the skate of Hemsky. And now Penner. Ahead to Hemsky. Dancing across the Calgary line. Hemsky waiting now. A drop pass. Foster picks it up. Jokinen got a stick on it. And Ginla breaks up the play to center. Schmid now for Hemsky. Flipping it high inside the Calgary end. The veteran Regier back to get it. No pressure on him as the Oil change. Back up ice, a stretch pass. Ginla. Jokinen right in on goal. A back pass in front off the skate or stick of Schmid. He loses the stick, regains it though. Ginla turns the puck over to Gilbert. Pinching is Giordano to keep it deep. Gilbert can't get it through. Hagman, a backhand pass, a big rebound. Chopped to the line but not out. Giordano, a high howitzer that misses. At the line, kept in Bouwmeester. Around the boards, Hagman behind the goal. Hagman in front for Ginla, broken up by Tom Gilbert. Gilbert ahead to Hall. He's knocked off the puck. Here's Ginla, wrist shot, and he misses on the blocker side. Eberly ahead. Horkoff has to wait for the puck at the line, and Eberly couldn't stay onside.
Olli Jokinen's a multi-30 goal scorer many times in his career. And coming to Calgary last year, he became more of a passer. This play here shows exactly why his production is dipped. He's used to shooting that puck. He's on his strong side. Put that puck on the net. And here's the second one. Jerome playing disher, and he's looking to pass again. Jokinen on his off wing. If I'm his teammate, I'm telling him to shoot those pucks and take the puck strong to the net.
Line mates discussing strategy on the Calgary bench. The Flames have come out strong, stoking the second period start with that power play. They're out shooting Edmonton now, 7-0. Around the boards, off a skate, it comes to Brule into his skates, reaching for it. Hagman takes it away. Hagman with Bourque in front. Hagman, sharp angle shot that goes high and over the net. At the line, Brody back to Bourque. Bourque, high shot again, gloved by Habby Boulin. And Calgary all over Edmonton to start this second period. Folks, tomorrow night it's comic relief for a crazy world on the Ron James Show. Don't miss the laughs with Ron James tomorrow at 8 on CBC television. You know, Brent Sutter was telling us today that he's preaching a new, more positive culture in Calgary, and we wondered how they might come back after that first period, and they've come back buoyant with some jump and a lot more offense to show for it.
We certainly have, and this is what you want to see from a veteran team like the Flames if you're Brent Sutter.
Backlund into the skates. Glenn Cross can't kick it free. Along the boards it comes. Foster to Whitney, looking for Gagne on the stretch pass in behind Adam Pardy. Gagne behind the net. Penner turning in the corner with Hemsky and Gagne down low. Nobody in front. Now Hemsky goes in front. Penner looking for an outlet. Shadowed by Regier. Hemsky, Penner in front. Backhand, and he can't get it through with Backlund in deep to break it up at center. Glencroft, a long shot on goal. Habby Boulin will cover it up. And a whistle in the Edmonton zone.
Sometimes these shoot-ins, people look at these shoot-ins, they wonder why, but you want to create those opportunities and force face-offs.
So Calgary with some jump, but still down 1-0 here in the second. Is again left. Schmid turning away in the corner with the puck. Ahead to Penner. Nicely ahead to Gagne. Up the right wing, he fans on the pass, breaking his stick, and the puck never reaches Hemsky. Flames goals that were hard to come by last year, ranked last in the National Hockey League with a 2.49 goals against average, and a turnover here by Bouwmeester. Hall around the net looking for the wraparound, loses control of the puck. Back to the point, Vandermeer on the boards. Hall in behind Giordano, a backhand pass off a stick to Eberly, and he fans as he turns and fires. Eberly takes the puck away from Jokinen. Eberly, Hall, he shoots it over the net on the one-timer. The crowd buzzing at Rexall Place as these young rookies stir the drink again offensively. Icing the call against Calgary, the faceoff coming back in the Flame zone.
Well, if you're the Calgary Flames, you get off to such a fantastic start, and then they shoot themselves in the foot. Two successive giveaways here. This pizza right up the middle by Olli Jokinen creates a glorious opportunity to give and go. And then Jay Bouwmeester, who could skate this puck out of trouble himself with his speed, He had complete open up the middle of the ice, and he forces this one.
Horkoff gets the draw. Foster rink wide for Whitney. Whitney winds, fires, and misses the net. It comes all the way around to the line, and Curtis Foster couldn't keep it in. Tom Rennie saying he wants his kids to be creative. He's given them a lot of freedom to make plays, and we're seeing that in evidence here in their first National Hockey League game. Here's Hall looking in front, turns the puck over into the skates of Giordano, who flips it to center. Brendan Morrison with Bourque. Morrison, down goes Foster. Morrison tries to center it. Habibullah makes the play. Bourque with a shot from a sharp angle, and it goes to the far corner. Rene Bourque in behind the Oiler net, knocked down from behind. He gets the puck to Hagman, cycling back to Bourque, to Morrison, flipping it softly on goal. Hagman now, a little move to get away from Foster. They both go down, and it's cleared ahead along the near side to Eberly. Eberly up the left wing. Whitney joining the rush, dropping it now. Payarvi with a howitzer that goes high and over top of the Calgary goal. Gilbert puts it right back on the stick of Morrison, who flips it in. Payarvi back to pick it up. The young Swede, 3 years of playing against men in the Swedish league, and he told me this morning he likes the smaller North American ice. Here's a turnover, but Glenn Cross can't make anything of it as he's checked by Payarvi, who says he gets a lot more chances on the smaller ice. He's closer to the net from the wing. Tom Gilbert up the right wing, touch pass, Brule to Fraser, who sidesteps the hit from Jackman, who was on the rails. Now Glenn Cross, a backhand pass, broken up by Tom Gilbert. Gilbert into the zone for Jones on the backhand, off the blocker and past Brule, charging the Calgary net. TJ Brody hits his own man Glenn Cross in the back, turns it over momentarily, and Glenn Cross throws it back behind his own net for Adam Pardy. Pardy will settle the puck and start the rush for Calgary. Up the right side, Backlund backhanding it to the side of the Oiler goal. Vandermeer pressed by Ivanins. The big man on the ice for Calgary now. Jackman at 6'4", 210. Ivanins, another 6'4" enforcer. Flips it off the glass to the near side. Brett Sutter turns the puck over. Gagne, saucer pass up the left side. Vandermeer's to a streaking Hemsky. Hemsky sized up, and there's the first big Regeer hit on Hemsky of the series. Regeer has made a habit of feeding Hemsky to the boards. He got his first taste there. Sutter off the skate of Hemsky to the corner. Vandermeer physical along the boards. Meyer knocked to his knees, gets back up and gets some support. Down he goes again on the shot from Vandermeer at the point. Bouwmeester with the puck for Calgary. In deep behind the goal. Vandermeer takes a swipe at it. It comes to Theo Peckham. Peckham with time and space puts it in behind Hemsky. Hemsky gets the puck at center and chips it inside the Calgary zone.
I like the game Theo Peckham's playing so far. Very simple, good passes, showing a physical side by blocking shots as well.
Stretch pass to Iginla at the Oiler line. He gets around Whitney, tries to drag it behind Horkoff, who makes the check, then feeds the puck to Eberly. Eberly with Hall on the wing. Broken up by Tanguay. A long stretch pass to Jokinen. He's got Iginla with him. Iginla winds, fires. What a shot! And a blocker save through traffic by Habibullah. Brody, a pass through the legs of his partner. Now Tanguay at the line. It goes behind him to Iginla. He can't reach the puck. Whitney around the boards to Gilbert. Gilbert sized up by Jokinen. Gets the puck ahead to the captain Horkoff. To Eberly. Hall and Eberly. Here's Whitney. Can't get the leverage. Can't get the shot. It's blocked by Brody. And Hall is run into the net by Pardy. Wraparound chance now by Eberly is kept at bay by Kiprusoff. Tanguay at the line. A long shift here for him, and he's clipped at the line by Peckham and knocked to the ice. Stick handling out of the zone of Schmid. Outletting it to Brule. He's got a step on White. Brule in front, and he can't finish. Knocking the net off its moorings, and Kiprusoff to the ice. But Brule showing more of that jump as he goes hard to the net for Edmonton. Right haymakers. The two of them taking a breather. The officials letting them punch themselves out. Now a left from Jackman, and they clinch, and down they go in a bear hug. But that's the kind of scrap both of these players are expected to bring this year. Peckham, they want more bruising background from their defenders, especially with all these young kids in Edmonton. And Jackman, the same thing.
You nailed it, Mark. Both these guys doing their job. Jackman brought in from the Islanders for this exact reason, and he goes straight out to Peckham. Make no mistake about it, he's at the top right of your screen by that Remax sign. He goes and engages Peckham right away. And Peckham, yes, brings that sandpaper element to the back end for the Oilers. Both these guys know their roles, and both of them play them well. They're going to be good contributors to their respective teams this year.
Coaches both looking for sandpaper in the bottom 6 of their forward lines and from their defensive core this year. And in evidence there as both Peckham and Jackman go off the ice for fighting. Now here's Iginla winding and firing, misses the net low, and it careens all the way down the ice. Bouwmeester, forechecked by Payarvi. Headman pass to Glenn Cross, checked by Foster. Giordano with a quick move around Brule. Ahead to center. Glenn Cross. Checked as he crosses the Edmonton line.
Time 0 hours 50 minutes.
Foster back to his partner Whitney. Ahead to Brule. Brule now setting up in the zone. Looking for Penner. Can't reach it. Is chipped out by White. Gilbert with some time. The center looking for Hemsky. White back behind his own net. Forecheck by Penner and Hemsky. At the line it comes out. Oilers will have to clear. Giving Regeer time to Ian White. These two have found great chemistry together since that trade deadline acquisition. Now Schmid getting physical with a big hit in the corner, knocking Hagman and his stick out of his hands. A long shot into the glove of Khabibulin, who saw it all the way. But Hagman unceremoniously dumped in the corner by Schmid, taking a lot more responsibility this year with the big change in complexion of the Oilers defense.
Certainly. The key to this play, though, was the entry. Huge hit by Schmid. He became much more physical as the season went on last year. But this opportunity all comes off a forecheck. This is what the Flames need to do more of. Chip and chase, get the puck in, and use their points. They've got defensemen that have big booming shots. That created that last chance.
Think about this time last year. Souray, Wisnowski, Grebishkov, and Steos were the leaders on defense for Edmonton. They're all gone. Brody, shot tipped by Sutter, doesn't get through. Party at the line, throwing it towards the net again, right on goal through traffic, and a pad save by Khabibulin, who's not looking any worse for wear after that back surgery. Now Party back inside the Oilers zone. His pass gets to Ivanins, who fires it right through the crease to the point. Brody, a shot off a skate and wide. Now Party in deep, on goal, pad save by Khabibulin again through traffic. As the Oilers get it to center. Ryan Jones bouncing and chasing, going wide on Brody. Brody with better foot speed, though, angles him off. In the quarter, Meyer turns it over. Hall back to the point. Whitney moving the puck, throwing it into an open corner now for Jones. Jones still with it behind the Calgary net. Now Meyer in behind him, and a penalty coming here to the Oilers as Meyer headmans the puck and Kiprusoff heads to the bench for an extra attacker. Brody for Ivanins, rink wide to the high slot, and the pass doesn't get through to Brett Sutter, and now he drops the gloves. Sutter and Colin Fraser having a little scrap here, and now Brett Sutter, in that tough Sutter tradition, wins that one decisively as he fells Fraser. The young son of the general manager, Daryl Sutter, finishes off Colin Fraser as Calgary
exceeded expectations. Very mature.
So Calgary on the power play, 0 for 1 with the extra man here tonight, and they're offside at the Oiler blue line.
Joe, the Flames have to be very, very aggressive here on this power play. Get as many shots as possible the way they did at the start of the period. Get some traffic in front of Khabibulin, continue getting screens and tips.
I was going to say Jarome Iginla with 32 goals last year. A lot of guys would love to have 32 goals, but that was his fewest goal scored in nearly a decade. So he's looking to get untracked, and the Flames are hoping that Alex Tanguay can dish him the puck and get something going with Jokinen too. Here's Iginla back to the point. Wrist shot by Giordano, doesn't get through, and again Khabibulin looking very composed. Wraparound attempt by Giordano. Another chance from a sharp angle by Jokinen, doesn't get through. Calgary storming the ramparts here. Tanguay feathers it back to the point. Bouwmeester fakes the shot, moves the puck along the line. Now Giordano to Bouwmeester. Wide open is Tanguay. Tanguay loses the puck, and it's feathered out by Whitney. Back they come, long stretch pass, looking for Iginla, didn't get through. Bouwmeester now to White. Rink wide, Iginla. Back to Ian White. Ian White's flat-footed in the zone. Now he'll carry it across the Oiler line. White with 3 Flames side by side to Tanguay, then Iginla. Iginla back to the point. Wrist shot doesn't get through by Brody. More traffic in front of Habby Boulin. The Flames yet to get on the scoreboard.
And for as well as the Flames played in the preseason, when you looked at that first unit power play, they have 4 guys that can shoot the puck. They need to exploit that.
Brendan Morrison to the board. Hagman with 25 last year. Back to the point. White. Rink wide. TJ Brody now moving the puck to the center. One-timer by White. Misses by 20 feet. Now Bourque. Back up high. To the line. Winds and fires. It's blocked by Schmid. Bourque down low in the corner. Morrison. Bourque. Backhand into the face mask. It looked like a Habby Boulin. And Habby Boulin throws up the wall again.
The Boulin wall looks very, very strong tonight.
Penalty to Jones is over. 3 shots on goal for the Calgary power play. Here comes Bourque again on the stick check on the play from Vandermeer to break it up. Long pass. Again errant and broken up on the play as the Oilers head back up ice. Brule now with the puck. Tries to get it through. Storming hard and knocked down by Regier. Michael Backlund to center with some jump for Calgary. Backlund going wide. Yarby with a great stick check to break it up. It comes to Meyer along the boards in the corner. He's ridden hard, gets it free. Back on a snapshot that misses the Edmonton net. PRB lined up like Glencross and ridden hard into the boards, but he's back on his skates. Here's Calgary's Regier. Long shot, no rebound, and they push and shove in front of Habby Boulin. Vandermeer and Glencross taking exception there as Meyer again gets in the thick of it.
It might be a wise move for Calgary to just stay away and not get assessed a penalty here. They've had such a good period. Nikolai Habby Boulin makes this save literally with his face, but he's been so sound tonight. He looks like the Habby Boulin of old that I know. And playing with him in Tampa, when we were a young team, he came in, he settled that team down. He did the same thing, catch this one with his mask, but did the same thing with Chicago. So no stranger to playing with a young team.
It's all Boulin wall right now. The shot's 18-3 in favor of Calgary. And Habby Boulin, who played just 18 games last year after having that back problem, is looking in fine form to start this regular season. Scooped up, the loose puck is by Sam Gagner. He's got Hemsky wide on the right wing. Penner joining the rush. A check by Jokinen breaks it up. Iginla driven hard by Penner into the boards. They turn it over now. Hemsky with a shot towards the net, blocked by Giordano. An outlet pass from Jokinen too far for Tanguay as Edmonton sends it right back in the zone. Mark Giordano, a bounce pass to the right side. The captain Iginla, his pass broken up by Penner. And in the neutral zone, it's Gagner up the right side. Here comes Tom Gilbert right in on the backhand. Pad save, rebound, and Hemsky is denied. Make that Gagner on the rebound as Kiprusoff rises to the occasion.
This is a big save by Mika Kiprusoff, largely because of the fact that the play's been all at the other end. The ice has been tilted.
And a penalty has been called against Bouwmeester. Slashing call.
Half ice opportunity here. Sam Gagner with the pass to Tom Gilbert, who used his speed, creates this opportunity. And Kiprusoff, watch how aggressive he is here. 2 feet outside the crease, tracking the play well. Very, very aggressive goaltending.
Lost his stick in the process. Here's the slashing call against Bouwmeester as he chopped Gilbert down on his way to the net. Edmonton 1 for 4 on the power play tonight. Total of 9 shots on the power play in this hockey game. They fed off that in the first period, but they've been stymied here in the second with 3 on the board. Now Horkoff with some jump going wide, plays it all the way back to the point. Curtis Foster with the puck to the half wall. Taylor Hall turning away from Regier. A saucer pass to the corner. Horkoff and Hall changing positions. Horkoff can't get it past Glencross, who flips it to center but not deep. It lands on the stick of Rene Bourque. Bourque will take more time off the penalty by flipping it in.
And one reason that the Oilers have gone in the power play as much as they have, they continue forcing that Flames D and driving them wide with speed.
Really driving to the net too tonight. Tanguay flipping it deep, gloved by Gilbert. Ahead to Cogliano at 7. Center ice. On to Gilbert Brulé's stick. A long slap shot, gloved by Kiprusoff for a whistle. The face-off coming in the Calgary end.
I mentioned how tough this is to play for Kiprusoff in this period, the way it was for Habibulin. He hasn't seen much work, but gets these chances, and he comes up with fantastic saves. Looks calm and confident. That's why both these guys are two of the best in the business.
He turns 34 a little later this month, but you wouldn't know what he is. Already arrived in mid-season form to start this 2010-2011 regular season and has a lifetime 2.02 goals against average against the Oilers. Roulet wins the drop. Back to the point now. Tom Gilbert steadies the puck to the half wall. Cogliano at the circle. Rink wide. One-time shot by Foster that misses. There's the cannon we're looking to see on the Oiler power play. Cogliano again. Turns at the half boards. Back to Gilbert to Cogliano. The final minute. Roulet back to Cogliano. He had a golden opportunity and couldn't finish. Backlund flipping the puck to the point. Gilbert fighting for it. Meyer gets it out to center. PRV tried to chip it past Regier. Couldn't. Roulet ran him hard into the boards. Now Meyer up ice. Caught from behind by PRV, but he's going to get a penalty. PRV for hooking here with 34.6 seconds to go in the second period.
This all comes off of the penalty, but speed. Meyer trying to challenge the defense. PRV trying to do his best to come back on the back check, but golden opportunity missed by Andrew Cogliano. Right on the doorstep. He gets that puck up. Maybe he has a chance. You'll see him give and go. Goes to the middle of the net here. Big save by Kiprusoff. But Andrew Cogliano has to start showing the ability to bury those chances. He's trained with Mike Camilleri in the offseason, Mark. Hopefully some of that will rub off. We know he worked hard, but he has the speed. He's got to convert on those chances.
It's been his ability to finish just like that that's really frustrated him. 45 points he had in his rookie season and in decline 38 and then 28 last year for the Oilers. So a hooking penalty to PRV in the dying seconds of this second period. And so Hagman, stick checked by Peckham. Another turnover. Hemsky couldn't reach it as Giordano throws it back in deep. Iginla first to the puck for Calgary. Iginla has the puck, bounce off his stick. Whitney maybe got a stick on it. It comes back to the line. Final seconds. And the horn sounds on the backhand. Blocked. White shot into the shin pads of Peckham. Calgary owning this second period, heavily outshooting the Oilers 18-7, but still trail 1-0 on the power play goal in the first period by Gilbert Roulet. Scott?
Mark, the Flames mounted more of an attack in the second period, and Robin Regier made his presence felt. We'll hear from Regier when we come back to Rexall Place.
That misses by 3 feet and comes back to center ice. Bolmeister's pass, glancing off the skate of Colin Fraser. Now Jokinen by himself. His shot off the stick of Theo Peckham and over the glass into the mesh for a whistle.
Lots of things for the Flames to build on in that second period, particularly 33 shot attempts. 33 shot attempts, if you can believe that, folks, in that second period. So they have to continue in that same vein here in the third.
Can the veterans wear down the youngsters in Edmonton here in the third, clinging to a 1-goal lead? On the draw, Horkoff goes down along with Morrison. He gets the draw, though, to Hagman. Hagman off the boards with the puck for Calgary. In deep goes TJ Brody on the back door. Quick snapshot, rebound to Hagman. Bourque and Hagman digging for the puck. It was Bourque with the shot. Hagman looking for the rebound. They couldn't solve Habibulin. A 2-on-1 now. Eberly right in on goal. Drags the puck. Backhand. Scores! What a beautiful goal! His first in the National Hockey League. It's a highlight reel for sure.
This all starts by the miss by Nicholas Hagman down at the Oilers' end. Hagman with a glorious opportunity. Habibulin with the save, and Hagman just couldn't get it up. Vandermeer with a great job with the stick. Look at the little soft area pass by Vandermeer that sends Jordon Eberly, the former Regina Pat, off to the races. Undresses the defenseman, undresses Mika Kiprusoff, and tucks it top shelf backhand. Take a bow, Jordon Eberly. Beautiful goal.
What patience to outweigh Ian White. Wait for him to go down, then to drag the puck and go top shelf on the backhand to beat Kiprusoff. And he does it short-handed, no less. A 2-0 lead now for the Oilers. And the crowd energized as the puck comes right in front. PRV out of the box to scoop it up. He's got Taylor Hall with him. Whitney joining the rush. Hall and PRV in deep. Regier around the boards to Horkoff, who cuts it off but can't keep the puck. Eberly, his first in the National Hockey League, from the journeyman veteran Jimmy Vandermeer at 1:24, shorthanded to stoke a 2-0 Edmonton lead. Brett Sutter ahead for Meyer. Meyer gets the puck to Ivanins. Too slow in making the play. Schmid breaks it up. Now Meyer with the puck. Gilbert back with Schmid. Meyer with Brett Sutter going to the net. A sharp angle shot by Meyer doesn't get through. Sutter keeps it in behind the net. Gagne back to help out, leaving it for Gilbert. The Oilers forwards coming back deep in their own end. Schmid ahead to Gagne. Streaking on the right side is Hemsky. Hemsky now wide. Fires! Scores! Ales Hemsky is back with gusto. He gets his first tonight, and it's 3-0.
This all comes off the work of Sam Gagne coming back deep to help out in his own zone. Helps the transition game. Then he comes up, dishes his puck. Everybody thinks that Ales Hemsky is a passer. He's known to be a depth playmaker, but he fools everybody. Comes down the wall, unleashes a howitzer over the shoulder of Mika Kiprusoff. And that's just a fantastic goal from end to end by the Oilers.
Hemsky from Gagne and Schmid at 2:43 to make it 3-0. He only played 22 games last year when he left with shoulder surgery, but that's 2 Oiler goals in 1:19. And it feels like the roof has just caved in. Here's Iginla turning and firing, bouncing through traffic and wide. Brule looking for Cogliano. It comes to PRV. Back to Cogliano. And a pad save by Kiprusoff. Off ice, it's Jokinen wide on Vandermeer. Shot high off the blocker of Hammy Bullen. Again, looking very cool tonight under pressure. Jokinen leaving it now for Tanguay to the line. Ian White throwing it towards the net. Tipped in a pad save by Hammy Bullen again. Iginla knocked down from behind by Peckham and loses the puck. Colin Fraser up ice with PRV. Fraser going wide on Regier. Tries to center it. It's loose in front. Kiprusoff momentarily unsure of where it was and now covers it up as Fraser and Regier push and shove.
I like the composure by Fraser, not taking the bait by Regier. Regier wants to start something, get his team back in the game and energize them, maybe with a scrap. But Fraser doesn't bite. And this all comes off of the speed, taking the puck strong. You've got no play. What do? Put that puck on the net. And yes, Mark, you're right. Regier with the forearm shimmer. And Fraser taking exception, but keeping his cool at the last minute.
Regier getting tough, trying to get his team back in this game. 2 Oiler goals in 1:19. Eberle shorthanded with his first ever in the National Hockey League, and then Hemsky at 2:43 for a 3-0 Edmonton lead. And that's how quickly the complexion has changed here tonight. Brett Sutter gets the draw. Edmonton gets control. Foster through traffic, and that's tipped just wide by Ryan Jones. Meyer takes the hit to shield the puck, and the Flames get it down the ice. Fans shouting Kipper, trying to hex the Calgary netminder. But what a thing of beauty. The first ever NHL goal by Jordon Eberly as he beats this great veteran Kiprusoff. And he does it with confidence and talent to bear. Meyer lugs it out, fires it in deep. Vanden's on the ice, can't get there in time. Pass goes right through the slot and back out as Ian White is pressed by Jones. White gets to the puck, ahead at center. Meyer takes a shot. The Oilers now throwing their weight around. McIntyre is on the ice. Sutter back to the point. Giordano walks right in and misses the net. Now Brett Sutter, physical, holding on to the puck. Beating Horkoff. Cycling, still with the puck. Ahead to Boulmeister, and he's crammed into the boards by Jones. Now Bourque to the front of the net. He can't get through. Sutter is knocked to the ice, and Edmonton responding now with physicality. Icing the call against Edmonton. Let's have another look at that beautiful Eberly goal.
Well, Jordon Eberly, I like the way they come through the zone, calm under pressure, takes this. He knows exactly what he's doing with this puck. He just looks so composed. And you'll see the Oiler bench, trainer writing it up for him. First NHL goal. Welcome to the league, Jordan. But I'll tell you, when you're Canada's all-time leading goal scorer at the World Junior Tournament, with the likes of Gretzky, Lemieux, etc., you have to be special.
106 points last year in the Western Hockey League for Regina. 50 goals, 56 assists for Eberly, and now a penalty to Hagman for Calgary. So it just gets tougher for the Flames as the Oilers will go on the power play, and the faceoff comes right back into the Calgary zone.
This is right off the draw. Steve McIntyre trying to get position, gets inside position, and Hagman can't take that penalty. He's a veteran player now. He's expected to contribute. He's capable of scoring goals. When you're down 3-0, you can't take a penalty 150 feet from your own net off a faceoff.
Oilers 1 for 5 on the power play. That was the Brûlé goal in the first period. Whitney to the circle. Eberly in, shoots and scores! A blistering wrist shot. It's 4-0 Oilers, and the roof is caving in. Eberly on the power play to go with the shorty.
Brett Sutter talked about missing his top faceoff man in David Moss, and also Stajan. This play comes right off the draw. Ryan Whitney draws the defender, and Jordon Eberly just reads this play perfectly. But give a lot of credit to two Oilers in front of the net working on a screen on Kiprusoff, and Sean Horkoff, the newly anointed captain, was one of them. But I talked about Jordon Eberly's big game pedigree. Again, when you look at the history of Canada, the great players that have come from here, he's right up there with them in terms of goal scoring in the World Junior.
You know, when his junior season ended, the Oilers got him to Springfield in the American League for the final 11 games last year. He had 14 points in the American League, so it was a good tune-up for him against grown men.
And then went on to play World Championships as well for Team Canada.
Eberly on the power play, his second of the night, his second career NHL goal from Whitney and Horkoff, and it's 4-0 Edmonton. The Flames owned the Oilers last year, winning all 6 games. They took care of them in the preseason, winning both preseason matches against Edmonton 5-1 and 1-0. But the tables have been turned here tonight by this young team, the New Wave Oilers, rebuilding. And Happy Bullen is crammed into the net as it comes off its moorings by Glencross. Play still going on down the ice now. They'll whistle it dead. But Glencross into the Oiler netminder. Gilbert didn't like it. Neither did Happy Bullen. But it's Eberly's night tonight. Jordon Eberly has been credited with 2 goals tonight, shorthanded and on the power play, but we might be taking one back from the rookie. It looks as though his shot hit the shin pad of Sean Horkoff.
It very well does. As you can see, this is Sean Horkoff, and it goes right off of his shin pad from our vantage point. Clearly looks as though it's redirected by Horkoff.
It looks like it went off Horkoff before coming close to the trapper of Kiprusoff. We'll have to wait and see. 4-0. Oilers in the lead here tonight. Got a big start to the third period. 3 quick goals. Now Bourque, his pass right to Gagne. He couldn't do anything with it. A long wrist shot from Ian White is gloved by Happy Bullen. Sunday night on Heartland, Amy discovers that honesty might be the best policy, but it certainly isn't the easiest one. Heartland Sunday night at 7 on CBC. And talk about Sean Horkoff becoming the 13th captain in Oiler history. A lifer as an Oiler hockey player, replacing Ethan Morrow this year. And what do you think of the choice?
I think it's a good choice. He's a leader. He works extremely hard. He relates well to these young players, and that's something that you need when you're in that role, especially when you have this many youngsters in the fold.
Brody gets the puck away. Jackman Ahead to Backlund, back to Tim Jackman, gains the line. McIntyre is cruising around the ice looking for trouble. Glencross back to the line. TJ Brodie, a wrist shot through traffic that's wide of the Calgary net. Now Party, a nifty move back to Backlund. Backlund rink wide, winding, firing is TJ Brodie, and it hits the Glencross and goes to the corner. Theo Peckham lined up and hit into the boards by Jackman. Physical in the corner now as the Oilers dig with a sense of urgency. Just under 13 minutes to go in the third period, and McIntyre drifts it down the ice for Edmonton.
Watching this Oiler team this year, you don't see that sense of panic in their own zone. Their defensemen seem much more composed with and without the puck.
TJ Brodie headmans it off the blade of Iginla. Horkoff turning away from Jokinen. Sean Horkoff again turning inside his own zone. Long stretch pass off the stick of Hall. Chasing it is Bouwmeester and Giordano. Giordano pressed by Hall. Good speed on the forecheck by the rookie. And now Iginla at the half boards, flipping it high to the right wing. Jokinen ahead but too far for Bouwmeester, jumping the rush there for Calgary. Eberly lined up by Iginla, but he gets the puck away to Hall. Hall right in. Can't get the shot through Giordano. And Kiprusoff holds on.
With young players, Horkoff looking frustrated, but one of the things with young players, you try to impress upon them the details of the game. Making plays, coming into their own zone and helping out. And Jordon Eberly does exactly that. He comes down, draws Jay Bouwmeester down, who's fleet of foot, and that's what creates this whole opportunity.
So the youngsters, their age belying their attitude and adventurous forays offensively tonight for Edmonton in a 4-0 lead. Ivanen's chasing the puck, can't reach it as Fraser plays it back. Gilbert up the right side, bouncing too far for Jones. Back is Robin Regeer. Regeer can't get it out. Now the Flames do as Schmid comes back into his own zone. Tom Gilbert ahead for Jones. Back in the corner. Schmid under pressure now. Meyer getting there along with Sutter. Sutter on the loose puck and the turnover by Schmid. Now back to the point. Bouwmeester towards the net. It doesn't get through as Gilbert gets a skate on it. And it's chipped off the glass and down the ice by Jones. The Oilers getting a change now. Bouwmeester looking for the long stretch pass. Ivanens can't play the puck. It bounces off his stick. And Brule gets it around the boards. Hagman, terrific season. Peckham doubling back behind his net. Bork dropping off on the forecheck as Peckham goes to center with the puck. Chipping it off the stick of Brule, bouncing to Cogliano, trying to bounce the puck behind Giordano. Now Peckham lined up by Bork as he goes down. Back comes Calgary. Hagman with a move at the line puts Bork offside.
Rene Bork has been much more physical than I've ever seen him. And he had a breakout year last year, terrific season. But he's showing much more physical edge to his game tonight. He's had several big hits, especially on the matchup with Peckham. And he's initiated a lot of those hits as well.
Coming off a career year, 27 goals, 31 assists for 68 points.
And here's another look at that hit. He comes right across. He looks, he sees who's there, sizes him up, and he comes and drives Peckham. And Peckham is a big man.
Peckham's been dishing it out tonight and taking it as well. Here's Ryan Whitney quickly to Foster. Nicely up the right wing. Hemsky chipping it. Can't get it through. Has to come back. The Oilers were in over the line. Now Whitney up the right side in behind Hemsky. Turns around nicely with the puck. Now to Penner. It hops over his stick and back up ice. Hagman with the puck to Jackman. Jackman as it chopped off his stick comes right to Hagman. They're going to whistle that down at the line offside.
Brendan Morrison was a nice acquisition by the Flames. That's a shrewd signing by GM Sutter. All the injuries down the middle, depleted down to that center position. And Brendan Morrison had a nice season last year with the Calgary Flames. He can still play, very versatile, a cap-friendly $725 for a player of his experience, 826 NHL games. This is a good move.
Especially with all of these injuries. Lanko with the neck, not sure when he'll be back. Stajan's out, Moss out, Kodalik out. Tough way to start the season with players they were depending on out. And lucky for the Flames, Morrison became available when the Canucks released him after the tryout at training camp. Jackman can't get through Tom Gilbert. Back in the corner with it. Backlund turning away from the check of Horcoff. Horcoff vigorous there, forces the turnover. Schmid flipping it high and out of the zone to center. Horcoff, a lot of jump tonight for the veteran, playing with his youngsters, rejuvenated perhaps. Gilbert, bounce pass to the line. One-timer attempt by Eberly for Hall, didn't quite get through. And Calgary in transition now. Jokinen, a long shot, handled easily by Khabibulin, and he'll hold on for a whistle. The Oilers with a 4-0 lead, 9:33 to go. The banners of those legendary players, Gretzky, Curry, Fuhr, and the like, hanging over Rexall Place as this new wave, this new generation of players takes to the ice and takes flight. Jordon Eberly with this fanciful shorthanded goal, his first in the National Hockey League. Then Hemsky himself with more jump after that shoulder injury. And Eberly with a second goal. Right now he still has the credit for that goal. It may go to Horcoff. But the youngsters have come to play tonight and have not looked intimidated in their first test, the Battle of Alberta. The Bullets flying for real in the National Hockey League. Back up ice, Tanguay, a saucer pass to Iginla, a low shot, but again, Vandermeer, former teammate, with his stick in the play to help break up the shot attempt.
This is what you want to see from Jarome Iginla. If your head coach, Brent Sutter, is vintage him shooting off the wing. And this all came off of neutral zone turnover. Nice look by Tanguay, showing that chemistry, working on that with Jarome with a cross-ice pass. Jerome trying to go through the wickets on Khabibulin. Khabibulin had to look around him, but certainly makes his 34th stop of the night nonetheless.
Brett Sutter wins the drop. Hardy, a big shot, pad saved by Khabibulin. Quick reflexes there on a low blast from the point. Whitney off the stick of Hall, tracked down by Brody, but Hall comes out of the corner with the puck. Foster, rink wide, Whitney, slap pass, tipped off the stick of Eberly, just past the net, and it dribbles right into the crease. Horcoff, so close. But this line has great chemistry early in the season.
They certainly do, and this is a heads-up play by Ryan Whitney. Great recognition on the high tip. That play is almost indefensible. A lot of teams use that in a power play situation, but Oilers trying it here 5-on-5.
3 Oiler goals in 3 minutes and 40 seconds here in the third. Turned a close 1-goal hockey game into a 4-0 margin. Now Penner turning away from Ian White. Penner still with the puck in the corner for Edmonton. Penner dropping it now. Hemsky charging around the net past Morrison. To the point it comes. Schmid bringing it all the way around. Gagne gets there, but he's pressed by Regier. Now Hemsky with a free shot, but off the skate of Ian White it goes. Regier again throwing himself around with reckless abandon. Takes a run at Penner as the Flames get it out. Bourque with a hit from behind on Schmid. At center, Gagne holding the puck. Gets around Bouwmeester. Morrison back to help out. Ahead to Hagman. Nicholas Hagman charging up the left wing for Calgary. Back checking PRV. The puck too far for Bourque. Up the boards it comes. Cut off by Brendan Morrison. Back to help out on the check is Cogliano. Morrison regains the puck to Giordano. Giordano towards the net with his shot. Peckham blocks that in front. Bouwmeester down low, throwing it back in front. It goes to the point. Hops over the stick of Giordano. And PRV looking to poach that one. Couldn't get through the Calgary defenseman. Down low is Cogliano. PRV with the puck to the net. Shoots short side. And he's robbed by Kiprasov.
The speed and pursuit forecheck of PRV and Cogliano create this opportunity. PRV up the ice. Good second effort. Cogliano first in on that forecheck creates his chance. Tough shooting angle for PRV, being a left-handed shot. You'll see where his stick is located here. It's almost outside the post when he gets his puck. Not much of an angle, but still almost sneaks it through the arm and the shoulder of Kiprasov.
Horcoff on the puck to the point. Whitney across. Foster towards the net. He just misses it with traffic in front. In the corner now. In behind for Eberly. Hall in front looking for the one-timer. It's broken up by Party as Calgary comes out. It's the rookie TJ Brody leading the rush. A backhand pass bouncing over the stick of Backlund. at the half boards. He's checked. There's a collision. Khabibulin taken out by Glencross for the second time in this hockey game. Glencross fighting for the puck in behind the Oiler net. Schmid giving him a hassle, but he gets it back to the point. At the half wall, Party into the corner. Glencross, his pass hits the stick of Whitney, fluttering to the line and out to center. Brody ahead to Backlund. Backlund with some speed through the neutral zone, throws it in the zone as Calgary changes. Khabibulin has time to finally pick up his stick as Whitney uses the net to get out. Whitney turned around in front of the net, closely checked by Brett Sutter. Now PRV with some jump. PRV in on a 2-on-1 to Hemsky. He shoots and he's robbed by Kiprasov. PRV with great speed to make that play work. At center now, Meyer chasing the puck with Schmid. Schmid there first, turning away. Leaves the puck as Brett Sutter makes the hit, picks it up, throws it in front, right through the slot, but Meyer couldn't make a play with it. Ivanen's now with it. He takes a hit, and an injured Oiler. It is PRV, who looks like he was high-sticked on the play, favoring his face, hasn't got his stick, and is slow to get to the Oiler bench. Back in the Calgary zone, Giordano with a long stretch pass to center, tipped in the zone by Bouwmeester. In behind the play, the Oilers sidestep the hit of Iginla, and nicely out to center as Jones gets it in the zone. Jones knocked down by Ian White as Calgary comes back. A long pass up the right wing to a storming Iginla. He fumbles the puck, has to wait for it, leaves it for White, and he got all of that one but missed the net as the puck glanced high over the glass. But PRV's stick still in the corner, and he's getting attention at the Oiler bench to his lower lip as he takes a high stick right there from Ivanens.
Welcome back to Rexall Place. We're working in very close quarters here tonight, and what would we have done were it not for the courtesy extended us by 94-year-old Lydia Offner, who gave up the seat she's occupied here since 1979 so we could use the space for cameras, monitors, and our 3 wide keisters in our host position. She was great about it, said the only thing she wants is for Kelly to sign her sweater, and I don't get it. I think that makes Lydia far too cheap a date, but our thanks to Lydia Offner.
5:20 to go, Scott, here in the third period, and another penalty coming here to the Oilers as Bork gets it to the line. Regier firing it towards the net, saved there by Khabibulin. Now Hagman on the puck for Calgary with an extra attacker on the ice. Kiprasov to the bench, and play broken up by PRV. And Curtis Foster is protesting all the way to the penalty box.
Coming off a cycle interchange here, and Curtis Foster comes right in from behind, and there's no question about this. This is boarding on Hagman.
So Foster to the box. The Oilers a little upset. The missed high stick to Evenins on PRV. Calgary 0 for 3. They can't get the power play going so far tonight. They've got a chance here. 5:02 to go. Time not on their side. Down 4-0. Now Bouwmeester. Quickly a one-timer by Iginla, blocked by Tom Gilbert. All of the Oiler defenders have had a terrific night. Now Horkoff hard on the penalty kill, bottling up Bouwmeester at the blue line. The puck squirts free. Iginla at the circle. His pass, though, into the skates of Jokinen and out of the zone.
Jarome Iginla has to take that puck strong. He's on his offside. He's so strong and bullish. Take that puck strong to the net.
Now the smooth skating Bouwmeester chipping it in the corner. Schmid is there, hammering it off the glass. Glove, though, by Giordano at the line. He throws it towards the net. It's blocked on the play by Vandermeer. Kept in, though, by Calgary. Bouwmeester to Jokinen. He turns the puck over as Hemsky skates it to center. Checked from behind by Iginla. They both go hard into the glass in front of the penalty box. It comes to Gagner, 1-on-3, but Gagner's shot is high and wide. Puck coming all the way back into the Edmonton zone. Iginla takes the puck. Here's Morrison with a blast. Khabibulin out to block it, and the Oilers send it down the ice. Less than a minute to go in the Calgary power play. Hagman, a bounce pass to Brendan Morrison. Morrison to center with Bork and Ian White. Bork, bad leverage on the shot. It's wide and gloved by Khabibulin. Calgary frustrated, Kevin, and generating any offensive attack here against the Oilers in the third.
No question. Brendan Morrison showing that speed and skill that's had him play 826 games in the league. Attacks the line with speed, Nice cross-ice pass. You mentioned tough angle for Rene Bourque to getting leverage on that shot. But look at how quiet Nikolai Khanubulin's feet are. He's in position, makes the save look easy.
You were wondering how he might be doing with that back surgery and 3 months of rehab through the summer, but he looks pretty fit.
He looks very fit. Back injuries are very debilitating for anybody, especially a goaltender. You spend so much of your time crouching. And Mark, we had the chance to visit with him this morning. Said he did an hour of rehabilitation on his back every morning in the off-season.
Went to a clinic that also has worked on Donovan McNabb and other NFLers in the Phoenix area. White, Brody back to White at the line. Horcoff on him. Oilers really aggressive on the penalty kill here in the third. Taylor Hall out there as well, and he gets it down the ice. So Horcoff and Hall up front with Whitney and Gilbert in behind. Now Cogliano on the ice along with Hall on this penalty kill. Brody, saucer pass to Bourque. Bourque at the half boards into the corner, has the puck back on his stick, turns it over again as Cogliano races up the ice with Taylor Hall. Cogliano using his speed going wide on Brody, throws it back. Here's Whitney with the puck. His centering attempt is knocked down by Hagman, who flips it to center, blocked by Piarvi. The youngster is getting some time on the ice now as Edmonton looks very confident. Long shot by Vandermeer, just misses. The Oilers managing to kill off that penalty and frustrate the Flames at every turn. Pass chipping off the stick of Schmid into the Edmonton bench for a whistle, as we remind you that Sunday night it's Battle of the Blades. The 7 remaining pairs showing off their skills in this special 90-minute live performance show. It's Sunday night at 8 on CBC. PJ looked pretty good in that opening show, didn't he?
PJ did look very good in that opening show, surprising a lot of people with his skills and finesse on the figure skates.
Looks like he was doing some sit-ups and some push-ups over the summer.
Yeah, PJ's always been fit. I'll tell you, when he played, he was one of the fittest guys on his team and still keep himself in good shape.
Abby Uhl stealing the puck for Peckham. Up the right side come the Oilers, and now a fight. The two big men. It's McIntyre and Ebenens, and it's McIntyre early with 3 right haymakers. The big man from Brock, Saskatchewan against the Latvian. Now fighting back, it's Ebenens. And McIntyre has been licking his chops for this one all night. Now he fails Ebenens with a powerful right, and this is serious. Ebenens is hurt. The official calling the Calgary bench for the trainer. And you don't want to see this.
Sound recorder window. No item.
Ebenens dropped
Loading complete. Search with set.
by McIntyre and prone on the ice.
Surge cap that. Fans.
Mark, you're exactly right.
Surge
These
fans
two
combo it.
heavyweights have been engaging each other since early in the first period. And you just hope for Ebenens and the Flames that he's okay. And these guys are jawing each other right off the draw. They know exactly what they wanted to do, and they want to engage each other. They do exactly that. And at this point in the game, with it being 4-0, Ebenens trying to do something and gets a spark for his team. And this one just catches him square on the button.
2 rights, 2 bare-knuckle rights. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to shake McIntyre's hand, but it's stone.
Down on coach. Oh, it's still worked up.
Cut and Woozy
Trying to call timeout. The official wasn't
by his teammates.
And there's a nice gesture, Mark. You see a lot of
the official to come over and talk to him, but instead,
as much as this rivalry is
the official wasn't buying it.
Still some clash from some of the Oiler fans clapping as he goes off the ice.
He's begging the official.
Ebenens, who has fought his way through the minor leagues.
He's begging the official to come over and
a trail of teams through the United League, the East Coast League. He's fought his way to the NHL, and an unfortunate sight there as he leaves battered in the encounter with McIntyre.
And you have to have a lot of respect for what these guys bring. As a teammate, or if you're a fan, you got to respect what they do for their teammates to create space. That's a tough role. It's not easy to do. Play fighting and with your older sibling is tough enough. You can't imagine fighting every night at the National Hockey League level on a 1/4-inch blade on ice. Very tough job.
4-0 on the scoreboard, and a decisive win among the heavyweights for the Oilers. McIntyre. What kind of a message is that sending here towards the end of the game?
Well, just the fact that it's a complete game, a complete performance by the Oilers. They've dominated in every facet of the game, and now in that department as well.
Center now. Meyer fishing for the puck. It comes free to Party. Party checked though by Jones along the boards. Meyer getting physical. His dad looking in from Fox Valley tonight for another busy day, I'm sure, on his 12 quarter sections of wheat.
Yes.
Up the right side for Meyer, that journeyman minor leaguer. And it's offside and headed back down the ice.
You have to respect a guy like Meyer that's, as you mentioned, journey in the minor leagues and playing at different levels. That's been the root of a lot of players in the league in the last few years. And teams are having to be more resourceful with their scouting departments and find some of these guys playing in the lower tiers of the minors.
Parents watching in from Fox Valley, his sister in Medicine Hat tonight. A great opportunity for him to start the season as a regular in the National Hockey League. Also a reminder that Steve Tambellini, the Oiler GM, will be joining Scott, Kelly, and Mike for the post-game show. And it's looking like a terrific start to his rebuild. Shot there from Hagman, misses on the short side. Now Backlund with the puck, getting the cycle going. Out of the corner, a sharp angle shot there by Jackman. Can't find its way through. A minute and a half to go in the hockey game as Hemsky slaloms his way inside the Calgary zone, still with the puck, looking for Penner. It comes to Whitney, and he fires the puck low into the pads of Kiprusoff. In the corner now. Gagne gets the puck free. It comes to Jackman, who chips it to center. Both sides playing out the string now as the clock ticks to 1 minute to go. Brody flipping it high and down the ice. Glenn Cross racing forward. He's got a chance for a shot in front for Bourque, and it's chopped away at the last minute by Tom Gilbert. Gilbert ahead to Cogliano. Cogliano up the left wing, charging is Colin Frazier. Frazier up ice with Jones. The fourth liners getting some ice time here in the dying minute. Bouwmeester to the left wing. Glenn Cross takes a shot from Jones and chips it deep. Habby Boulin to Schmid. In behind the net to the corner. Jones with 20 seconds to go here in the hockey game. A quick look at the clock, protecting this shutout for Habby Boulin and the entire crowd standing at Rexall Place. A new era in Edmonton opens tonight in the Alberta capital. Rebuilding, changing everything from the head coach, the captain, all the way to the trainer and the equipment men, and the Oilers prevail in their home opener. A decisive 4-0 victory over Calgary.
And this is sweet for the Oilers for so many reasons. The young three coming in, PRV, Hall, and Eberly putting on a show. Nikolai Habby Boulin back in the fold, off-season surgery with a shutout, and a complete team game by the Oilers.
Eberly with a pair, his first in the National Hockey League, and Habby Boulin with a 42-save shutout. He slammed the door shut in that second period when the Flames came back hard. And they're being serenaded here tonight as the Oilers salute their fans. The next generation helping to lead the way. 4-0 Edmonton in game one. Scott?
All right, Mark, and Crown Royal 3 stars tonight. Jordon Eberly with 2 until or unless they give the second one to Sean Horcoff. And Nikolai Habby Boulin, star number 2, begins the season with a shutout. And the third star is Sean Horcoff in a 4-0 Oiler victory. Standing by for Steve Tambellini, the Oiler general manager, to join us here at Rexall Place next. And no shortage of topics to discuss with him, given what he did or didn't do this summer. But things look good for his team tonight in a 4-0 Oiler victory.
Audio. Sound recorder.